Okay, we are being live streamed. Webinar is live, and then we are live streamed. And so in today's workshop, what's exciting is that we are going to be getting into an overview of the home services snapshot. Okay, we are being live streamed. There's a live stream. And on this workshop, we're going to spend the next 30 minutes with you. So think of this like a lunch and learn, where you can stop what you're doing in the middle of the day and learn some technology. Our goal in this presentation, once I share screen, is to present to you, not just through telling you, but showing you the capabilities of having a system that's turnkey, it's proven and profitable if you're in home services. And if you happen to be an agency or a coach watching this, and you consult or coach and you get results for people in the home services, this is for you as well. So welcome. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And at some point, you're going to be able to see a presentation. This presentation, I'm going to go and present. And here we are. Right, so what's super exciting about what we have here is we got some music going on. I don't know where the music is coming from. Is that coming from Canva? Yes. Canva's like, there's not a presentation without music. I don't know. So we're going to keep it like this. I don't know how to remove the music. So this workshop or free masterclass for your lunch and learn, it is live right now across the world. Secondly, it is being recorded. So if I move too fast through this workshop, you can request the recording. You don't even have to request it. We're going to send it to you. And so we're going to start with a poll. Now, this poll that we'll present here in a second has a lot to do with the home services industry. So what we did is we went out, got a poll, and in summarization, we're going to have everyone participate who goes back and watches live on what is your biggest struggle today or your biggest challenge today as a home service professional. I'd love to make an introduction to you. I do not work alone. I work with a team, and I am so blessed to have the team that I have, Cecile and Jane, and who's mostly on these meetings with me to help serve you who watches this now or later is Cecile. And so if she reaches out to you in chat, that's typically Cecile, or she may even also be emailing you. But we love to put a face to a name. And then there's also Jane, who is our co-moderator. Now, I am your host, Richard Peoples. And so I am a certified technologist in the digital space. And I'm very excited because I'm an ex-Google employee. And so I've been deploying a lot of my skills for business owners who have a high growth mindset. And I'm also a fractional chief digital officer and fractional CTO. So I give out some of my time, just some, to help companies grow with inside of the digital first economy. And then also I am a systems architect. So in other words, I'll take technology and put it together, integrate it together to make it make sense to help you grow. And also I have a future pending book I'm excited to be sharing. I'm not going to present it here on this workshop. So I want to let you know, just in case you decide to reach out to us, when to reach out to us. We are open and available to help. There's no cost to reach out to us and to schedule a meeting, to ask questions, pick our brain around technology, around marketing automation around system architecture. We're happy to have that conversation. Speaking of team, again, I have a customer success manager. I have an executive assistant and also a marketing assistant who helps with this as well. Now, this is where we typically intersect with business owners like yourself. This picture or illustration, hopefully, is the reason why you are here watching this on live stream. Simply put, you're frustrated. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Whatever you're feeling right now, we want you to know we resonate with it. We've helped so many business owners, and this is typically, again, where we meet, where we start in a journey of collaborating and partnering together for growth. Is to, first of all, let's remove the frustration that you are experiencing. We took a poll. This poll said, hey, what are the 5 most common problems for home improvement handyman services? Even again, if you're an agency owner, I'm sure you see some of the things that you are assisting clients with who are in this space. Inaccurate estimates and budget overruns. Number 1, poor quality workship. Number 3, delays in project completion. 4, client communication issues. 5, talent pool, subcontracting, that sort of thing. If you are watching this on YouTube, we're live, go ahead and comment in the comment section which one you have had any type of experience with. What is currently frustrating you? Is it number 1, inaccurate estimates, right? So, and for some of you, let me dumb that down. It's like you are finding people or prospects who are not your fit, who are not your ideal clients. You're going after leads, and the leads are not up to par where you want them to be. They don't have the budget. So inaccurate estimates, that's exactly what that means. And then for some of you, it's poor quality workmanship. So knowing that you have a quality product, a quality experience, the minute someone says, hey, I accept your estimate, okay, go ahead and send me an invoice. Typically what happens is systems break right there. And so we want to introduce a solution to this problem. Number 3, again, project completion. I think number 3 and number 4, I think they're one and the same almost, right? Where when you're communicating with the client on expectations of when a project should get started up until the time where it ends, there could be a lot of chaos or a lot of friction in that process. And again, on the backside of things, managing subcontractors. Now, who we typically work with are business owners or agency owners who they're working with clients, or you are the business owner and you're looking for something to remove the overwhelm. That's typically the first thing. We hop on a meeting and we say, what is the first thing that frustrates you or that has friction in your company? You say, we are overwhelmed, we are overworked. Number 2, outdated systems. You're saying to yourself, I believe it's time for an update, an upgrade. And number 3, when we say, how much are you currently spending on these systems? You're currently overspending. And we listen for those 3 things to know if we can help or not. Because if we can help you identify the things that you are overwhelmed by, the things that you believe are outdated and need upgrades, or when it comes to technology, you want to make sure you're not overspending on vendor management. Okay. We resonate with these 3 things, and we think if you are fully aware of these 3 things in your company, we are totally aware. I think it's a good partnership. Not to mention that when it's time to say, hey, Rich, okay, when I want to replace all my systems, upgrade them to improve our processes so I'm no longer overwhelmed, like, where do I go to shop for these systems? Well, there's lots of systems today that we have to navigate. And I'm very excited because I have 13 years in this. And anytime I would work with someone who was in the home services space, there's so many different solutions out there to help. And how do you know which one is the best one? Is there one for every one of these systems? We're going to answer those questions here in a second. Now, in the home services space, you can probably relate to this approach that we have. Our approach is simple. We want to demystify all the confusion around technology today and how to grow your company. As a small business owner, you don't have the time to be a technology expert or be tech savvy. You have to rely on an expert, a consultant. And when we come in, our approach is let's drill down into the core issues to fill the gaps. Let's start with the gaps. Let's not tell you what type of technology exists today as a solution. Let's focus on the problems you are having. Okay? And some of you are fully aware of those problems. And to make this real, we're not just giving you knowledge. Let's make this real from a use case. I want you to meet Bob and Kim Adams. Okay, so because you're probably a small business owner or you're a small business executive, you have a few people on payroll, some 1099, however your setup is. And you're probably like Bob, who he runs Adams Diversified Services. And he came to us with one of these three things. And I think for him, it was all three once he went through our process. And so Bob and Kim, Bob does all of the handiwork and fulfillment. Kim does a lot of the back end processes and systems. And then so in stage one, because there's stages to this, there's levels to this, there's like a song, there's levels to this thing. The first level or stage, we wanted to do some type of audit. So like for instance, if you're watching this video later and you said, what's a good first logical step if I want to reduce overwhelm, overspending, and obviously outdated systems? The first thing to do is to set up an audit so we can better understand what your current situation is. So in the discovery phase, we discovered that he's in home repair. He does most home repair, not just one specific specialty. He's been in business over 12 years. He relies solely on referrals, which is good for him. People are sending him a new business, word of mouth. It's ran by 2 employees, him and his wife. He pretty much uses a phone and paper to run the company. There's some QuickBooks, I think, involved. And he wants to now scale and systemize his company. And that starts typically with an audit. Okay. Now, stage two. What does stage two look like? Partnering, collaborating on this journey. Well, stage two is, Bob, if you could rub a genie bomb or wave a magic wand, what would you want to build out? What would you want to include in your processes? Explain to me the best sequences for your company. And so he says, well, I need, some type of automation for sending estimates. Once I have a conversation, send them an estimate, and that way I can move on to the next thing. Sometimes I'm working. In the middle of working, people want to see an estimate. Okay, cool. I think AI can handle that. What's next? I want my appointments to be sent reminders. Okay, great. How about seamless invoicing? So making sure as soon as someone accepts an estimate, it generates an invoice without any human involvement. Good stuff. Organizing all of the contacts. So, hey, Bob, do you currently segment who is a lead, who is a prospect, who has been an existing customer, who is someone who is a repeating customer? No, we need that too. Okay, great. And hey, Bob, do you currently capture reviews from these people who send you new customers? Do you have them, hit a button and say, I'll give you 5 stars for your work. So more people can see your work. These were some of the wish list items of Bob. And so that led us to move into stage 3. Stage 3, simply put, was, all right, Bob, let's come into the company and let's inject a system. Let's fully integrate a system that's already turnkey, already proven to work. And he says, Rich, can you give me a scenario of one of the first things that you would start me off with as a system in my company? The first system I would introduce is, hey, Bob, let's have a system to auto reply to missed calls, missed emails, and text messages sent from new leads or customers. And now I can report today, Bob never misses a lead over email, text, or phone call. And then final stage is Bob wanted to see something specialized. So, hey, like, can we tweak this system? Can we add in more systems? Yes, you can. Let me give you a scenario, Bob. Let's just say you leave a job site, you deliver the work, they pay the final invoice, and you want to get a review so you can get more customers like them who want what you gave them. I can inject or integrate a system that captures reviews after your service call. And if positive, they'll leave a review. We'll redirect them to leave a review on Google. If they say, nah, you're more like 3 stars, 4 stars, instead of sending them to Google, we redirect them to a feedback form. And instead of publishing a negative review, we try to capture feedback. Hey, why weren't you happy enough to give me a 5-star? And then it gives Bob an opportunity to go and repair, no pun intended, but an opportunity to repair a negative review. Okay? What are some more scenarios of systems that we would integrate? Well, Bob, I'm glad you asked. And the same goes for all of you out there in the home services space. The first thing we'll do is we'll help manage all your contacts. So we have a system called the Contact Manager system. And so for Bob, they had hundreds of customers, and it was hard to keep track. After we injected the system, they had a system set up as a CRM to store customer information and track every interaction, ensuring no customer is ever forgotten. Huge, right? And he doesn't have to do any of it. The system is doing it for him. How about a nurturing funnel? So what happens, Bob, when leads check you out, look at a quote or an estimate, and they're like, and they ghost you? What happens? That's pretty much the scenario over here. So we said, hey, we'll integrate a system built to optimize sequence funnels to guide leads step by step toward completing the purchase. In other words, we'll make a sequence that talks to the lead to get them to come back to the quote or back to the estimate so that they potentially make a purchase. No promises, no guarantees there, but at least we try to get them to come back without you having to be involved. Wow. This is Bob's reaction. Next, a survey or form. So think of a scenario, Bob, where you would need a survey. Well, we could get feedback on a new service, like if we started offering, I don't know, kitchen estimates, like redoing our kitchen. We would love to integrate a system that created and distributed surveys to get that feedback. And so that's exactly what we did. And that's what came inside of his snapshot or system. All right, let me give you 2 more scenarios. Another scenario is a service calendar. So instead of Bob having to manually schedule, we build a system that enables customers and leads to self-book, self-schedule all meetings with him, including meetings that are paid. One more. How about an AI conversational bot as a system? Okay, Rich, give us a scenario. Well, how would you use this? Is how I typically respond. They say, well, we're not able to provide 24/7 support to be able to take off work. So now with an AI conversational bot, what we did is we built an AI chatbot to answer customers' questions and provide support anytime, day or night, even if Bob and Kim took a vacation. Yes, I want the system. Give me those systems because based on our size, if we had these systems, we can now grow and we can scale. And guess what? Here's the best part. There's 50 more systems just like the 5 you just saw. This is exciting. As a matter of fact, if we were to replace any vendors that you currently have, and we were to house those under one roof, one single system, one vendor, we would do exactly what you see in this image. A personalized, customized system delivered in the form of a snapshot that you can inject into your company. And you can do it in one day. For Bob, that was over $7,100 a month that he gets to save as a result of bundling everything into one single vendor, one single platform. Now, if you were to say, break that down for me, Rich, I can't understand why someone would spend $7,000. Well, as you can see, if you were to take all of your, what do you call this, all of your vendors, and you were to calculate all the costs you're spending, even if you're not there yet, where you haven't started spending this much, at some point you will. And you'll realize, man, inflation is even making software increase in price. Sort of, yes. And so I'm not here to ask you for $7,000. I'm here to show you that I can reduce this down from $7,000. Okay. Now some would say, well, like $2,400 is a good price to spend. I would say, no, I'm not even here to charge you or say you need to be spending $2,400 for all the systems I just showed you. All right, some would say like $899. Okay, like anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Let's just make it $899 as marketing for you. Not even here to get $899 out of you. Okay, you can start with all of these systems. You can integrate and have access to all these systems for one time $100. That's it. All right, so one time means we introduce to you one single solution, one vendor, and then all the systems that you would have to create yourself, we've sort of already did that for you. So that when you start a subscription with the solution that we will introduce to you, you'll pay a one time to get access to all those systems already pre-built, pre-assembled. And then, of course, you can go on your way and you can do this yourself. And for those of you who say, well, I'm not tech savvy, well, we can offer a different package or plan to you once you have access to the software and also access to what we are calling the snapshot. Once you have access to that snapshot system, then we can personalize and customize even more things from there. But we figure let's just start you off with just a snapshot, a starter snapshot. And so your next logical step, if you want access to this one-time purchase offer, to get access to this tool, this system, this snapshot, all you got to do, if you are on the fence and you want to learn more, go ahead and schedule a discovery meeting. So right now, we want to present to you also an audit on this meeting. So if you schedule a meeting with us and you already have systems that you're paying for, All you simply have to do is schedule a discovery meeting. Then we'll schedule one more meeting to do an audit. We'll take a look at all the systems you have. It's not going to cost you anything for us to audit all the systems you have. And that'll give us an idea of what the next best step is for you. Okay. Again, we're here to help. Monday through Thursday, 8 to 2, we're here to help. And so if you have any questions, right, regarding any of your technology systems or setup and all the vendors that you manage, and you haven't had anyone in-house that you can rely on to help you develop a system built for just you, we're here to help. For those of you who said, I want that system, I want that snapshot that you demonstrated with Bob, this looks really cool. I want to give it a try. Well, we're going to give it to you today. All right. At only, again, a discounted rate, $100. All you got to do is just enter a coupon code to get it at $100 one time. Starter is the coupon code. So you'll scan this QR code. It'll take you to the checkout page. You'll put in starter and you'll get $100 off. So ultimately you'll pay $100 flat. So it's all discounted just for you coming to this workshop today. Now what CC is going to do, CC is going to add in links to that snapshot system. It's a snapshot system built to address the overwhelm that you're currently having. And in that snapshot, all you got to do is click the link in the chat. There should be a link in the chat. And if you're watching this later, and the link in the YouTube video, there should be a link that goes to the snapshot page. We'll explain everything that comes in that snapshot system. You'll see a lot of what I showed you today. And then from there, you can go ahead and get started with your plan to customize. Thank you, everyone who has watched us on live stream. I think it's been a good lunch and learn today. We spent about 30 to 40 minutes together walking through the new system for home improvement and handyman service professionals. Now, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. And CC is on standby to answer any questions. And again, if you're watching this on live stream, all you got to do is just comment on this video. And obviously, once we see your comment, we can reply with the links to get you there. If you need to schedule, we also have our meeting schedule Richard calendar there. We'll hop on a call. You can tell me all about what you would like to see happen. Rub the genie. I'll be your genie. I will only take 3 wishes. But from there, I'm going to extend to you an opportunity or an offer to work together to help you grow and scale just like Bob. Guys, thank you so much for watching live stream and on the restream. My name is Richard Peoples. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'll see you on the next workshop.